I don't think it would hurt, but like they're all going to keep it on the ground. And you've seen those pictures like those, part of the white lines on the red. Because I took pictures of it. I mean, anything you can help them. Speed limit ain't gonna make a difference. I agree, it needs to be wide. As far that new assisted living, it's right between that and other. So do you go down Larchtown Road, or do you go through the river? See, I live like yeah. Anyway, so I can go on Wednesday and go to Kroger in Washington. If I go through Bullitt, it's 11 miles, so then you go to Kroger in Sherman. But I mean, I understand a lot of people don't want to go through there, especially something.
Well, see, what little bit I go.
But it's still shorter too if you come up Larchtown Road and Shepherd's. Because I know a lady lives Sharon Drive across from the city.
Now that I tell them, there will be shakes out. Shakes out. She goes to the couple available that you can.
Yeah, I mean, I can. You would maybe hear it right before you're getting ready to run off. And like, oh, then you jerk back this way and go off that side. That's what's happened on those last 2 or 3. They've run off, they've dropped off, turned around, they've crossed again. Yeah, that's a good idea, though. All right.
Yeah, she's been having.
Tom, remember that?
Trying to show I was 8 years old. I was still really young and I did.
You got that hard, you got that. What year did you start?
79. Yeah, I went through all that. We bought National Distilling Company. Headlines of New York Times said that, Wall Street Journal said David Sloat Goliath because they were so big. Well, good morning and welcome to the Bullitt County Fiscal Court. Today is April 7th and it's 9:30. And at this time, Brian, would you lead us in a prayer and a...
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning just thanking and praising you for your blessings, Lord. Thank you for all that you've done for us. Thank you for this past Easter season that we've had, Lord, when you sent your Son to die for us on the cross. Take sin and roll upon him. We pray that you just forgive us for all of our sins, that just watch over us and guide us. Help us to live for you. We just pray that you would help us at Fiscal Court today, just to have all these matters addressed, have everything go smoothly. We pray for all those who are involved today. We pray for everybody across the county, the state, the nation, for the things that's going on in the Middle East. We pray this in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Brian. Sam, if you'll call the roll to bring the court to order, please.
Yes, sir. Vera Sanders. Present. Sean Logston.
Here.
Karen Johnson.
Here.
Brian Bleemel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
All present.
Thank you. The approval of the minutes from March 17th, 2026 Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for March 17th, 2026.
Second.
Got a motion by First District Magistrate Sanders, a second by Fourth District Magistrate Blamel to approve the minutes of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court of March 17, 2026 as presented. Sam, call the roll, please.
Logston,
Abstain, was not present.
Johnson,
Yes.
Blamel,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes,
Sanders,
Yes.
motion carried.
thank you. Treasurer's transfer report, Donna.
I make a motion that we approve the treasurer's transfer report. Second.
Got a motion by Second District Magistrate Logston, a second by Fourth District Magistrate Blamel to approve the treasurer's transfer report as presented. Sam, call the roll, please.
Johnson,
Yes.
Blamel,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes,
Sanders,
Yes.
Logston,
Yes.
motion carried.
thank you. Presentation and approval of all bills.
I make a motion we approve all bills as presented.
I'll second.
Got a motion by Second District Magistrate Logston, a second by First District Magistrate Sanders to approve the bills as presented. Sam, call the roll, please.
Blamel,
Yes.
Judge Summers,
Yes,
Sanders,
Yes.
Logston,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
motion carried.
thank you. Under guest speakers, Kaylee from the Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Kaylee. I'm here on behalf of our CEO, Anita Stump. I just wanted to remind all of you and all of you of our candidate forum, which is going to be at Paracut Springs on April 30th at 6 p.m. We hope you all can be there. And then also our casino night, which is April 24th at Paracut Springs. If you want to join us, it's going to be fun. It's Wild Wild West. Ticket prices go up this Friday, so I highly recommend getting your tickets today. I also left some sheets, our events at a glance, at the back. If you all are interested in those, I recommend taking one. Thank you all for your time.
Real quick, when was that candidate forum?
That is April 30th at 6 p.m.
This 23rd. 30th or 23rd?
23rd. You're right. Thank
Okay.
you. I wrote it down wrong. Thank
Okay,
you for
perfect.
correcting me. Yes, so be there April 23rd, 6
Yeah.
p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. Presentations. Rob, Health Department tax rate.
Good morning.
Morning, Rob.
Judge and Magistrate, this is our annual trip to get our, present our tax rate for the year. The health department, we had at our last board meeting, our board met and they voted, I think you have a copy of the resolution in your packet. They vote to set the tax rate for the health department at 2.4 cents per $100. This is the same tax rate that's been in place, I think, for 20 plus years. It hasn't changed in quite a long time. I think in Bullitt County, our tax rate is one of the fifth or sixth lowest in the state. Out of about 117 counties, there's a few that don't have a county tax rate, such as Louisville Metro. Their health department's part of city government, so they don't have a separate tax rate. So again, our recommendation, our board vote to approve it at the same rate as it's been. So we're just asking to, we have to present that every year to the court and have that put into the record, so that way the sheriff has that information. And if you have any questions of me about the tax rate or anything else about the health department, I'd be happy to answer it.
Any questions for Rob?
Simple.
No action or nothing needs to be required today or anything regarding this?
It's not required, yeah.
No.
For the public health tax rate, there's not a required approval by fiscal court.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for everything you do.
I have a question about the building in Hillview. Are y'all getting ready to put some offices in there or something? Is there something you could tell us about that?
Yeah, we've talked about that in a couple different meetings. We have been, one of the things when I came on board a little over 3 years ago is we were looking at a way to increase access to resources for those in need in our community. There's a couple other health departments in the state that have started community resource centers where they brought as many partners as possible under one roof. That's a concept, an idea that I was wanting to explore. Finding a location could be difficult. However, I was in a meeting several months back in Hillview for a totally different purpose, and the mayor was complaining about the fact that he thought he had a deal for that space right next to Jim Eaton's Resource Center, and it fell through. So I told him I had a use for that space. So we have worked out an agreement with the city, the health department. It's 8,600 square feet, so we are going to take over that space. The city is providing it at no rent to us, but we're going to build it out, and we have already got commitments from 7 counties, Mark 12 Ministries. We've also been in touch with Kentucky and It Works, McKinney-Vento, Sycamore Farms. So we're trying to bring as many resources under one roof as we can. I've got a proposal with an architect right now that I'm waiting for the state to okay signing off so we can start drawing up plans. Would love to get it open this year. Don't know exact time frame. Once we get the plans drawn up, we'll have a better idea. But, you know, the concept is what Hillview has done with the Jim Eaton's Resource Center is tremendous.
Right.
They provide space for Isaiah House and Center for Women and Families, the spot through Goodwill. We've actually been talking with all those organizations as well. But right now, you walk in, it's a locked door, and unless you know what you're looking for, you're not sure who to get a hold of. Our space, the health department will man it. It's going to be open. There's going to be staff there whenever our doors are open. So there'll be someone there to work with whomever walks in the door. A lot of times individuals don't even know what help they need. So we're just going to be there to help them, to build a relationship with them. If we do not have a partner there on site, we're going to get the information. We're not just going to give them a phone number and tell them to leave. We're going to work with them to make sure we connect them, have that soft handoff to get them connected to whatever resource they need. The resources are already there. We're going to tie the facilities together, so we'll be able to walk them over there if they need help from Isaiah House or Center for Women and Families. So I've already added 2 staff in the past few weeks to help with the planning and to expand our resources. We're having some conversations with partners to try to expand hours into the weekends and evenings. So we're hoping that we can make that happen, but that's going to depend on some staffing and funding issues. But this could be a game changer as far as how we provide resources.
Win-win,
I'm sorry?
a win-win-win-win for
We're
everybody.
hoping that the more, because a lot of individuals that you know, are facing challenges and struggles, it's seldom they need one thing. They need access to multiple services. So the more we can put under one roof, with barriers to transportation, it's hard to get to. We have a lot of great partners in this community, but they're spread out. So if we can bring them all as much as possible in one location, then that's a big help. And as a health department, we have the ability to build the facility out, to have the staff there with us present whenever we're open, and sort of be that front door, be that connector. It's a concept that's worked really well in other parts of the state, and kind of the first one was in eastern Kentucky, the Kentucky River District in Lee County, and it's called the Hub, and they've received national recognition for their efforts. So this is kind of modeled off of that. Ours will look a little different. It'll be what our community needs. We'll have partners that'll be there full-time. Others may only be there one day a week or once every couple of weeks. But my staff is going to be trained to know what the intake process is for all of our partners, so that way if someone's not there, we can get it started, and we can make sure we're connecting people with what they need. We're also working with our faith-based groups, organizations, and looking at also purchasing a van ourselves so we can have transportation. So we need to get people to the center. We've already been talking with U of L South. I think in May we're meeting with the chiefs to talk to them about what we can do. There's also, we've already visited a couple other resource centers in the state, and they've got some really interesting and innovative ideas about deflection programs that we'll be having conversations with the county attorney and the court system about ways that we can maybe keep some people off our court dockets, get them the help they need. As long as they're following through, they're good. If not, they'll be back in court. So I think there's a lot of resources we can provide through this once we get it going.
Fantastic.
So we're excited. It's going to be a big undertaking, but I talked to the mayor last night, and he was making sure we were still all in. I was like, as soon as I get the state to okay signing this architect's contract, we'll start.
I know when I was on the council, when we purchased the building, and that was the concept, but that is way above and beyond, you know, even what I think we were ever imagined, you know, but I know that was the mayor's insight, is just having everything right there together to help everybody.
Yeah, well, it'll grow and develop as it needs over the years. You know, the people we have on day one may not all be there 2 years from now. We may have some new ones involved. But we're gonna, you know, continue
Whatever
to
works.
try to serve the community. We've actually had a focus group with some individuals that are in recovery and some of our unhoused population to hear from them what they think we
Okay.
need. So we did that about a month or so ago, and had a group brought in with some of our partners and gave them breakfast and just talked with them about what do they see as our gaps and what do we need.
Wow, okay, well, I'm really glad I asked.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
we're
excited
excited
about
about
what
it.
you're
It's
doing,
gonna be a big undertaking, but we're committed to it and we're looking forward to get it going.
Well, look, you just made my day.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Tony's absent this morning. He has staff shortage. Under old business, do you have the second reading of the budget amendment? Good, okay. Second reading budget amendment 2517. Good morning, Donna.
The state local finance officer, Robert Brown, signed off on the first reading on March the 6th, 2026. So the second reading. Whereas the county board has realized no budget receipts for general road, jail, LGPA, federal grant, EMS, forest fire, opioid settlement fund, touchstone fee, and dispatch. Be it ordained by fiscal court of Bullitt County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, section 1, budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 is amended to. This will increase the receipts as well as decrease the expenditures. The following accounts: general fund, $994,503.51. Road fund, $451,337.03. The jail fund,
Just take them all, I don't need them.
LGEA fund, $58,563. Federal grant, $1,066.47. EMS, $259,687.66. Forest fire fund, $2,367.34. Opioid settlement fund, $110,917.50. Third storage fee, $33,768.08. Dispatch fund, $339,338.07.
Okay. Thank you, Donna. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve budget amendment 25-17.
Second.
I got a second by 4th District Magistrate Blamel. Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Playmoil?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Charlie, first reading, public hearing and zoning ordinance 26-06. James Jewell.
Morning. Planning docket 2026 Z11, James Jewell, seeking to rezone from R2 and B1 to B1, located at 270 Armstrong Lane. Three parcel numbers 070-000-00-087II, 070-000-00-087I, 070-000-087J, 070-000-000-087K.
There you go.
Unincorporated area of the county, 3.6115 more acres more or less. The purpose is for storage units, comprehensive plan calls for commercial. Pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, Bullitt County Planning Commission held a hearing on March 12, 2026. Based upon the testimony, the Bullitt County Planning Commission finds the map amendment is in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan. The following restrictions were added. Exterior illumination cannot exceed 20 feet in height. Exterior lighting must be directed inward toward the property. Because of the testimony received, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends the requested zoning change be approved and sends a favorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-06. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from R2 residential and B1 highway business to B1 highway business. Property in question is 3.6115 acres, more or less, located at 270 Armstrong Lane, parcel numbers 070-00-00-087II, 070-000-00-087I, 070-000-00-087J, and 070-000-00-087K in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission, and docket number 2026Z-11, is hereby changed from R2 residential and B1 highway business to B1 highway business. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 7th day of April 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 21st day of April 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anybody here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-06, James Jewell? Hearing or seeing none, anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-06, James Jewell? Hearing or seeing none, Charlie, first reading public hearing of zoning ordinance 26-08, Keith Capps.
Planning docket 2026 Z13, Keith Capps, seeking to rezone from Ag to R1, located on Cedar Creek Road, parcel 053-000-00-040A, unincorporated area of the county, 8.149 acres more or less. Purpose is to build a single-family dwelling and split off two 1-acre lots. Comprehensive plan calls for medium-density residential. The Bullitt County Planning Commission, pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, held a public hearing on the application on March 12, 2026. Based upon the testimony at the hearing, the Bullitt County Planning Commission finds the map amendment meets and overexceeds the community's comprehensive plan. Because of the testimony received, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends the requested zoning change be approved and sends a favorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-07, an ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural to R1 residential. The property in question is 8.149 acres, more or less, located at Cedar Creek Road, parcel number 053-000-00-040A, in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change, and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission, and docket number 2026Z-13, is hereby changed from agricultural to R1 residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid by any reason by court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 7th day of April 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 21st day of April 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anybody here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-08? Keith Capps. Hearing or seeing none, anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-08? Keith Capps. Hearing or seeing none, Charlie, first reading and public hearing of zoning ordinance 26-07, Charles Gilbert.
Planning docket 2026-Z12, Charles Gilbert is seeking to rezone from Ag B1 and R4 to R4, located at 2420 and 2358 South Barstown Road. Parcel number 083-000-00-03I and 083-000-00-03B, unincorporated area of the county. Size is 17.758 acres more or less. Purpose is to adjust the property lines and create 2 total lots. Comprehensive plan calls for low-density residential. Pursuant to provisions of KRS 100.211, Bullitt County Planning Commission held a hearing on March 12, 2026. Based upon the testimony at the hearing, the Bullitt County Planning Commission finds that the map amendment is in agreement with the community's comprehensive plan. The following restriction was added: that the property be subject to R1 restrictions. Because of the testimony received, the Bullitt County Planning Commission recommends the requested zoning change be approved and sends a favorable recommendation to Bullitt County Fiscal Court.
Tammy?
Commonwealth of Kentucky, County of Bullitt, zoning ordinance number 26-08. An ordinance relating to the changing of zoning of certain property from agricultural, B1 highway business, and R4 residential to R4 residential. Property in question is 17.758 acres, more or less, located at 2420 and 3358 South Barstown Road, parcel number 083-000-00-003I and 083-000-00-003B in an unincorporated area of the county. Whereas the Fiscal Court of Bullitt County has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Joint Planning Commission and the recommendations of the Commission, the information provided in the staff report of the Office of Bullitt County Planning and Zoning, and the testimony and evidence presented at the public hearing held by the Fiscal Court, and whereas the Fiscal Court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Joint Planning Commission for said zoning change, and approves and accepts the recommendations of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes, and determines that the proposed zoning change is acceptable and should be approved. Now therefore be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the above property located in the unincorporated area of Bullitt County, and more particularly described in the minutes and records of the Planning Commission, and docket number 2026-B-12, is hereby changed from agricultural, B1 highway business, and R4 residential to R4 residential. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect upon passage and publication as required by law. Section 3, should any section, provision, or part of this ordinance be declared unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by a court of competent jurisdiction, then the remainder of this ordinance shall not be affected and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions to the extent they are inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed. Given first reading and public hearing at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 7th day of April 2026, to be given second reading at a regular meeting of the Bullitt County Fiscal Court on the 21st day of April 2026.
Thank you, Tammy. Anyone here to speak for zoning ordinance 26-07, Charles Gilbert? Hearing or seeing none, anyone here to speak against zoning ordinance 26-07, Charles Gilbert? Hearing or seeing none, actions requested to extend the program facilitator services agreement through House Bill 556, and that's relating to the our residence inn, our jail. And Brian's here if he has, you're good, Brian. If he has any issues with it, it's basically the contract agreement to where his services are paid from the state back to him.
I'll make a motion that we accept and extend the program facilitator services through House Bill 556.
I'll second.
Got a motion by 2nd District Magistrate Logston, a second by 1st District Magistrate Sanders to approve the action requested to extend the program facilitator services through House Bill 556. Sam, call the roll.
Sanders.
Yes.
Logston.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Amel.
Yes.
Judge Summers.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Actions requested on the land use agreement with Global Paving. And what that is, the 42 acres that we have adjacent to the fairgrounds, because they're widening Highway 245, the Kentucky Department of Transportation is wanting us to sign an agreement to allow their parking of their employees' vehicles and some equipment to stage there at that area.
This is
And
the
I,
Meade property, right? That we
yes,
purchased a couple years ago.
yes, absolutely. I have no issues with that. I mean, LG&E did a great job of literally paving, no, they didn't pave it, but they rock locked part of it to where vehicles could be stored on it when they extended the gas line through there.
So it's just a temporary,
Yeah, it's just temporary until they,
Parking.
yeah, until they,
It looks like it's to just September,
yes, until they finish the road.
September the 30th,
Uh-huh,
2027.
yep.
so.
Well, I'll make a motion that we accept the land use agreement with Louisville Paving Company.
Yep.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay.
I didn't know if you needed a second or
No,
if you needed the motion.
either way. I have a motion on the floor by Second District Magistrate Logsdon, a second by Third and First District Magistrates Johnson and Sanders. Sam, call the roll.
Logsdon?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Flamo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And number 6, actions requested on a letter of non-objection with JOM's application to establish a foreign trade zone. And their existing facility, they're wanting a small section of it to be able to bring in goods from Europe for the new products. The city of Shepherdsville's signed it already. They said they were reaching out to other agencies here as well, between the Board of Health. And the way that we understand it, it's not supposed to cost us anything in tax revenue. But what it does do, it, according to Johnson & Johnson, it gives them the opportunity to increase staffing and bring in more products to the United States.
I guess my question, isn't this in the city?
Yes, it's in the city,
So why
but,
would we- I'm a little confused.
well, apparently it's, you have to get all agencies on board. We have a free trade zone here already over in the, that was pre-all of us, over in the existing park on 480. The city and the county, Chamber of Commerce and all of them signed off on it many years ago.
I was just a little confused.
No.
I thought maybe this was,
No,
I
they-
thought this was just a
they-
city council issue, but
No, they were supposed to reach out to the health department and others as well, different agencies, to be able to, for a letter of support, because it's not really a done deal until they gander up the letters of support, because this is basically tariffs on products coming in from other countries. Any other discussion? If not, I'm going to make the motion to, Johnson & Johnson's been great stewards of our community, and it doesn't affect the rest of their warehousing. They paid $200,000+ in local taxes last year, as it is. So.
I'll second.
And I have a second by 3rd District Magistrate Johnson. Sam, if you'll call the roll, please.
Johnson?
Yes.
Flamo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logsdon?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Actions requested to pay Brenda Hodge for working household hazardous waste event, and the details are in your packet.
I make a motion that we pay Brenda Hodge for 4.5 hours at $30 an hour, total $135.
Second.
Got a motion by 1st District Magistrate Sanders, a second by 4th District Magistrate Blemo to pay Brenda her fair wage for the day of the event. Sam, call the roll.
Flamo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logsdon?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Motion carried.
New hires and promotions. We have a couple. let me dig in here. I know one of them is taking Shelby Thomas, who's been with us for years, since the day we walked in the door. It's a full-time, and then back to part-time, and then now bringing her back to a full-time paramedic as well, starting April the 15th. And there'll be no change in her hourly rate. She makes $29.94 an hour.
I make a motion for the status change for Shelby Thomas.
You can second my motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, you first, and
That's okay.
I'll second.
No, that's a good thing.
I apologize, I should have
No,
been listening
no.
to the reading.
No worries. I was just
I'll
waiting for a
second.
question. Okay. Sam, call the roll, please.
Judge Summers?
Yes?
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Lamel?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. James Vogt, from part-time EMT to part-time EMTA advanced, his hourly rate will change from $19.50 an hour to $21.50 an hour effective 4/1. And I'm going to put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second that.
And I have a second by First District Magistrate Sanders. Sam, call the roll, please.
Sanders?
Yes.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Lamel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Department transfers. With EMT, under the new leadership at both EMS and EMA, we're asking for some personnel changes. The first one is Corey Ferris. Right now he's an EMT supervisor, and to move him from his current position over to the local emergency planning commission, coordinator with emergency management, effective April 9th. His compensation will change from an hourly rate of $20.88 an hour to the salary rate that the state reimburses us for, or most of it, at $47,250. And the second part of this is that the current LAPC coordinator who is there active with the salary of $47,250, Walter Bergen. Walter is certified, when I'm going to say mechanic of marine equipment. And that goes all the way through for the engines and all the fun stuff that V8 engines, whatever acronym you want to put on it. We'd like to move him over to the emergency medical services, to where he can maintain our equipment without our equipment having to go to Louisville for extended periods of time. Sometimes it's 3 to 4 days before they can get it looked at. And Walter is a certified technician. Did I get it right? And I'm looking at Justin and John for guidance on this. This is something that's going to benefit us on down the road, because it doesn't tie up 2 employees to take a vehicle somewhere to where we can do brakes and all kinds of, let's put it this way, preventive maintenance on our ambulances without the downtime and the loss of the employees too.
Unless there's a warranty that might
Right, we would,
require it to go to the dealer.
yes ma'am, and that would be it. And most of our vehicles now are old enough that they're out of the warranty stage. Well, we
They
have,
shouldn't be under warranty.
well, the mileage on them gets away pretty quick. I mean, literally. I mean, we have a few of the 550s that are still under warranty, but all the, what I'm gonna call the transits, or what looks like an Amazon truck, none of them are under warranty. So,
Will this have anything to do with lease vehicles also, if they are, so old, I guess, and out of warranty?
no, all of our lease vehicles are covered under warranty the whole time, or that's the way I understand it, until we turn them back in.
But even if something's under warranty, that don't cover changing brakes and changing oil and
Right.
maintenance.
Yeah.
did, I
second.
thought you had to get your oil change for the warranty to be any good.
You pay for that out of pocket even when you buy a brand new vehicle.
I thought you still had to have the dealer even do service when it's under.
As long as they log it.
So we're just swapping to
It's been a
We're
while since I
swapping
bought a brand new
oils.
car.
Well, ambulances are a whole different ballgame.
Right, yeah, the ambulances, it's like the brakes have to be checked every 2 months, minimum, all the fun stuff. You just can't let them go till they wear out.
I'll second that motion.
And right, Brian, we're just swapping employees is all we're doing.
So Walter Virgin's gonna be kind of like the mechanic,
Absolutely.
but he's doing EMA,
EMA right now,
and
yes.
then Corey is gonna do
EMA. Yeah, and to help you, Corey's got the background for all that. He was with the fire departments, and I could elaborate on it quite handsomely. He has a great relationship with all of them, and it's all about relationships and relationship building when we, like the last April 6th event that we had, you know, for the flooding in the southern part of the county and other parts of the county. You need those who can communicate fluently, and people who trust and respect what they have as well. So Corey will be excellent at that position, and Walter will be really good with his doing what he was trained to do. Does that help you?
And they both have a couple of years? Or how much
Absolutely.
time?
Corey's been with us, how many years, Corey? 2. And Walter is the same, close to it. Okay?
I have a couple of questions
Uh-huh.
first, before we go any further on the William Ferris. You have his hourly rate at $20.88.
Uh-huh.
What is the annual on that? At $20.88? Okay, so you're telling me that from 2088, he would be taking a pay cut because of the overtime. So as a salary person, he will not receive any overtime.
Right.
I just know, you know, the last few times we have done something like this, we first start them out at a certain rate, and then 6 months later, give them the full rate, and I didn't know if this was something we should look at. But if you're saying he's taking a pay cut, I'm going on your word.
Well, I mean,
I have to totally
if you work
agree.
40 hours a week, 52 weeks, that's 2,080 hours in a year.
40,000.
That's 43,430.
Yeah.
A little bit of just any overtime. would
Right.
get into that number, so it's probably about
That's why I said I would agree to that.
Yeah.
His base salary, with no additional overtime, is currently at $50,446.08 in his current position.
And I understand that, I just wanted to get that clear.
Yeah.
Because I know in the past, the others, we did them on, you know, a 6-month probation.
Right.
But if this is a pay cut, I can understand that there
It
shouldn't be a probation,
Right. Okay. So,
how everybody else feels about it.
So, and if there's no more discussion, I'm going to put that in the form of a motion for both the EMT Corey Ferris to go to, what I'm going to say EMA, and the LAPC coordinator Walter Bergen to go to EMS as the technician.
I'll second that.
I have a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logston. Sam, call the roll.
Logston?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Lehmel?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Sanders?
Yes,
Motion carries.
Thank you. Let me make sure I'm not missing any, there wasn't a second page here. So, Brian, would you like to start us off with comments? You're welcome.
Yeah. So, I have a couple of people that reached out to me in my district. I don't know if they've said anything to you, but his name is Bill Metzler. He lives on Delk Road, and during the ice storm, one of the dump trucks slid off the road back there. It's a little narrow road. And when it did, it ran over his water meter, and smashed down in the ground, they can't see it or find it now. You know, it's 3 or 4 foot under the ground, but there's water in his ditch, and he's not sure, you know, if that could be a small leak or something. But, he's reached out to the road department, and that was, that happened in January, and I understand they've been busy. But he'd like to see if we can get that addressed. Somebody come out, you know, with Gradall or something like that, dig around, find his water meter so he can see if it has any leak or anything like that. So I told him I'd bring it up in court today. And then also, there's a drainage issue at Cundiff Hollow and West Beach Grove. And I brought that up with Robert back in the fall, and I'd just like to see, now that's kind of drying out and getting spring, if they could look at that also. It's the intersection right there of Cundiff and West Beach Grove. They're both county roads, and then they intersect with, I don't know if it's South Beach Grove, but the other, it's right there at a T intersection.
Okay.
There may be a tile that's stopped up that they could just drag a tire through sometimes is what they do, or they might need to be replaced, I don't know. But that's a couple of things that people have reached out to me on.
Okay, all right. And we got the notes on that. We'll follow.
And I've got, they sent me pictures. Of
Okay.
videos, so I can send forward those.
That'd be great. Karen?
Praise the Lord. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry about
Oh, thank you.
your Anyway, Kentucky, on the state treasury, the SOS has unclaimed property listed on there. And a couple years ago, I told Hillview that they had some unclaimed property on there, and they found like $800 or $900. And delving into it a little bit, I think a lot of people know about it, and they go in there and they look for themselves or their kids or their spouse or sisters and their friends. But if you type in, say, Bullitt County, all kinds of wonderful stuff shows up. So I have the little QR code up here. If anybody wants one, they can do it. And I have all these printouts here that shows of a bunch of money that's due to a bunch of entities, including Bullitt County Fiscal Court, Bullitt County Ambulance, Bullitt County EMT, Bullitt County Sheriff's Department, all kinds of circuit court, district court. There's all kinds of money out there. So I'm going to get with them and try to figure out if we can claim some of this. And some of it's actually property. And with tourism, I've got one in here for the chamber. There's just, it's been a lot of fun looking into it and seeing how much money we can find. I know they go out and they tell people to go out here and look on their websites. I guess nobody thought to look up their particular business or their local entities. And I just have all kinds of goodies. Even the detention center has one in here too. So I'll get those to y'all after the meeting.
You got any in there for me?
I didn't find anything for you. I found a whole bunch for you.
Probably found a
Well,
few
thank
bills
you.
for me.
I've got that in here too. I think I already told
I
Brian
don't want to
about
look, it might be a
yours.
bill in there, Bruce.
Good deal. Okay.
And even the cities, I found Fox Chase has about 10 claims in there. So hopefully we can round up some money for you all too.
Good.
I'm anxious to see what the net result is.
Good. Well, Karen, thank you. That's great news.
I know, isn't it fun?
Yep,
Like free money.
there you go. Anything else?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Sean?
No, just hope everybody had a good Easter, and thanks for being here.
Vera?
All I'd like to say, I'm happy for those that are attending today, and I hope everyone had a nice Easter weekend, and hopefully our weather will be nice till next September. Don't get any more of that cold weather.
There you go. Well, thank you, Vera. And I'd like to thank Mayor Dangerfield for being here, Mr. Selby, councilperson from Fox Chase, Faith Portman. Thank you, Faith, top vote getter in the city of Shepherdsville. Brian Whitaker, thanks for coming today. And I don't have anything else to say. I just want all of y'all to get out and enjoy the weather. We'll be out and about. News stations will be out here. We'll let you know when they're coming. We plan on doing a press release on all of what we accomplished during the legislative session. And so when you see them around, say hello to them. And we are so pleased as a community, the bounty that was brought back by our legislative team and the unity that we shared here with all the local officials to be able to push a single product forward for them to where they didn't have to worry about mixed messages. So that's all I have to say at this time. Vera, what time is it?
This time it's 10:17. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I have a motion by First District Magistrate Sanders, a second by Fourth District Magistrate Blemo to adjourn the Bullitt County Fiscal Court meeting at 10:17 Eastern Standard Time on April the 7th of 2026. Sam, call the roll.
Johnson?
Yes.
Blemo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes,
Sanders? Logston?
Yes.
Motion carries.
thank you.